All right, TP. So I sent everybody the story about how the WNBA owners voted not to upgrade the young ladies' flights because they would get used to having chartered flights. So some backstory on this. A year ago, a little bit more than a year ago, there was a story that one of the WNBA teams had to get a bus to their next game because their flight was grounded. And it just kind of sailed under the radar like, oh, that's terrible. We was not aware they was not getting chartered flights. It was just, I just assumed they were on their own flight. But apparently they flying with their regular folk like me. Who knows?
Maybe first class? No, I don't think there's that many first class seats on the plane. They riding coach.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So these are $1 million entities, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How many players on the team? 15?
You got about 15.
15, 20, you include the staff. The statement, we don't want to start chartering flights so they get used to it, is the part that just, can we make it make sense? I bet if they all put their money together, they can get a plane together. Each team should have a plane. I didn't know any professional teams nowadays that didn't have their own plane. I ain't never seen Tyreek Hill, riding coach, flying to go play a football game. NBA players, you're not going to see them at your local airline getting on the plane waiting. They might get, they might be in seating one, just because them. You're not going to see that. So why would the women in the WNBA be any different?
There is. So everybody that's just thinking that these are just, they don't make a lot of money because it's a women's team and blah, 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 blah. Please understand, most of these teams are owned by owners of NBA franchises. And they use these entities as tax write-offs because they make so much money with the NBA. If they can show a generating or operating loss, they still make money. Or they get to keep more money from the NBA franchise. Let's put it that way. But
the rich get richer.
Oh yeah, that's how the rich get richer. So we are in this whole new world. By the way, the NBA was, all in on Kobe Bryant, girl dad, and everything after he passed. None of this says girl dad. None of this says you are promoting the women's sport. None of this says it's her turn. None of this. This says I am going to do this on the cheap as possible. War-torn area aside, we have WNBA players coming back home from Russia. Why do they have to play in Russia? Because they don't get enough money from the NBA to not play overseas. So it's a scene in Major League Baseball, the movie, where the owner of the team keep taking away stuff from the team so they'll lose. Keep taking away stuff. So finally she took away their plane. But they had their own team plane. It was a crop duster, but they still had their own team plane. These women are they at the Southwest Airlines terminal getting soda and snacks with me. This ain't right, man. There's nothing about this. This ain't right. Oh my God. Like, this can't be real. It can't be. Oh man.
As a parent, if I told my kids, hey, we're not going to do this because I don't want you to get used to it, I would be a horrible parent. It's not like I don't have the means to it. I'm simply saying I don't want you to get used to it.
They send people to come take your kids from you when you do stuff like that.
Exactly.
Oh my.
If you have the resources, then it's your duty and obligation to give your kids / employees the best possible work environment.
And
to simply say that it's so they don't get used to it. Come on, man. We got to do better. WNBA, you on the hot seat. You already ain't paying them enough. Now we can't even get them flights.